In the headlines today, 28 Bakwena leaders served with a court interdict and COPE slams youth subsidy. Makalan gift in Pokani. 28 leaders of the dissatisfied communities of Bakwena Mohopa in Betini near Breton Northwest have been served with a court interdict. The interdict obtained by traditional leader Mothe Mngomkhale prevents them from disrupting the operation of Bakwena Mohopa Tribal Council any further. Chief of Staff of the Tribal Administration, Sipelade, says the protest delayed their plans for youth development.
They went to an extent of closing the office of Hebron, Jericho, and they went to intimidate their workers in Bethany to not go to work. Now, as such, the administration has been held to ransom. The reason for COSI to go to court is to ensure that there is law and order, that services will never be disrupted again, that this will be the last time that there is such a disruption from the community.
Former Arts and Culture Minister Paolo Jordan, democracy in South Africa could only be achieved through combined efforts of those who were racially oppressed. He has been addressing members of the Montenegro Commemoration Committee in Durban. The organization was established in 2010 to commemorate the centenary of the birth of a struggle icon, Montenegro. Jordan explains.
Though he drew inspiration from the history of the Indian subcontinent and the struggle of its people from all sorts of oppression and subjugation, he, like thousands of others, had been born in South Africa. They knew no other home and sought no other home. Their commitment to this country and its future was above question, and they were determined to play their role in making it a better place for all its people.
SAFA Chief Executive Officer Christine Nematendane has stressed that the contract of a newly appointed Bafana Bafana coach Gordon Ingerson is a performance-based. Ingerson's fans made it to reach the semi-finals of the 2013 Cup of Nations, which South Africa will host. He's been issued with a 2-year contract.
First of all, I'd just like to say thank you to the President and the Executive Committee for giving and trusting me in this position. I feel very honoured and privileged to be in charge of an asset like the national soccer team. And all I can say to you all is I'm going to do my very, very best to make us all proud.
The proposed youth subsidy has been slammed by COPE leader Musua Lekota, preferring instead to use the money to educate the youth. Lekota has been speaking at a youth rally at Lillian Ngoyi Multipurpose Center in Port Elizabeth to commemorate the 1976 upsprings. He says the greed has led to corruption in the country to the expense of the poor. He says youth subsidy's proposed form is not sustainable.
You can't build an economy on a scheme like that. Take this money, 5 billion rand, give each and every family an opportunity to have at least one child who can qualify as a bricklayer, a painter, a welder, a doctor, an engineer, a teacher, a nurse. Give our children something that nobody can take from them. It's not self-sustaining. The moment you close the tap of subsidy, it must collapse.